Yo, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Bobby D, and I'm back again with another hot, juicy video. And as always, joined by the swollest hair consultant in Texas, Steve Cook.
That's me.
That's Steve. About to bust out through that shirt. Steve, one flex.
Like a little fat in there. I gotta go on a diet.
Nah. Appreciate you being my channel, Steve. And if y'all don't already know, Steve has his own channel at Defeating Hair Loss. It's an up-and-coming channel. I make an appearance a lot now.
So. A lot. I love it.
So I just tried to help out when I came with Steve and provide you guys with some more hair information. And tonight, guys, you know, we've always talked about hair when Steve's here. And Steve, on his channel Defeating Hair Loss, made a short video discussing anabolic steroids and hair loss. And so my take is, Steve, you know, I have a lot of friends who've dabbled in that. And I know you kind of maybe dabbled in it as a bodybuilder back in the day, a young Steve Cook.
Yeah, man.
So I kind of want to dive deeper into that and kind of, you know, what's your take on it?
You know, Bobby, it's a great point. And you know, when we're young or somewhat young, meaning 30 plus or less, all of us guys go to the gym. You know, we kind of put everything into it. It's kind of a big part of our life because, you know, it's our identity, right? It's kind of who we are. You know, walking around jacked and, you know, we're single and doing this, that, and the other thing. We feel pretty good about ourselves. So the steroid thing, I call it locker room, you know, hormone replacement therapy. A lot of times these young guys are not really getting their blood work done, which is something that they definitely want to do. I guess they would be afraid to get their blood work because then their doctor's going to find out that their testosterone's so high and find out they're doing steroids if they're not getting prescribed steroids. So I don't want to open up a can of worms or scare anybody out there and, you know, make you feel nervous about what you're doing, what you're not doing, but be very careful. When it comes to hair, we don't want to do this without the protection of the Finesse Ride. It doesn't really matter how high your testosterone goes, that, you know, the DHT levels will go up as well. I mean, it's just kind of uniform, but we definitely need to protect the hair. Now, I don't want to go off on a tangent, but anabolic steroids, in my opinion, with the experience I've had, and by the way, even though I competed and got up on stage and all that stuff, I was so chicken of that stuff. And I did very, very little. Yes, I did, but I did very, very little. I just feel like, you know, like I say a lot, would live in my life in fear that if something's going to happen, it's going to happen to me. And I see these other guys walking around, at least, you know, when you're in your 20s, there's no such thing as like 40, 50, 60. A lot of those guys now, especially those pro wrestlers, are having serious health issues, and that's very scary. I don't want to see that happen to anybody. So be very careful. Back to hair. So, you know, what I've seen is guys that don't get on Finesse Ride, or at least in my day, there was no Finesse Ride, so
that's true.
There you go, is that they age rapidly. Now, their bodies look like, you know, Greek gods, but their faces, because they lose all the weight for the contest and then they gain all the weight, it kind of takes its toll. So they kind of age. They're in the sun all the time. They're tanning. Horrible sport, right?
Sounds brutal.
But the Finesse Ride is what you're going to use to protect the hair from the anabolic steroids. And, you know, this goes for all types of in today's world. You know a little bit more about this because a lot of your friends and stuff are kind of looking at it, you know, the new types of kind of supplements, the locker room supplements, I call them. But, you know, we always want to protect our hair because depending on how long you're going to be in the sport, or if it's just for fun, or you just want to be the biggest guy in the gym, you have to protect the hair. So, yeah, I would say that I'm really not that concerned, only for the hair if you're protecting it with the Finesse Ride and the oral minoxidil as well.
Yeah, for sure, Steve, yeah. I guess that's always the main thing. Always stick on the Finesse Ride and hope for the best from there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm always concerned, you know, and, you know, Bobby, you're welcome to have me on for other things as well. I know a little bit about nutrition. I know a little bit about working out and even finance, you know, I'm into that whole, you know, finance stuff. So there's a lot of things in life that I think that are fun to look at and try to figure out how to, you know, win at or be better at. But when it comes to your hair, it needs protection. So you're just a guy that probably, you know, let's say your dad's Italian and mom's Greek, you got a great head of hair, and you're not supposed to start losing your hair until you're 70. Well, you start doing anabolic steroids, that can accelerate those years. And then you can start losing it at 26, 27. So protect your hair, get on the Finesse Ride, and it should all be good.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, Steve, as always, dropping the knowledge bombs as always. Be sure to check out Steve's channel, Defeating Hair Loss. Like I said, I make an appearance every so often there. And then also be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.